Hello and welcome to the first ever edition of the One Fall WrestleCast Freestyle Friday. I don't know, we weren't doing shit, so we thought we'd hang out, shoot the shit, talk about some stuff. Not necessarily just wrestling. Maybe there's some other things we'd like to discuss. I don't know. We'll find out. But I don't even feel like I'm gonna do it. I don't think that I should, but you know what? I'm gonna do it. Tom, I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna do it? Oh, okay.
Welcome to the One Fall WrestleCast.
See what I'm saying, bud? I don't know if I should have done that because it's like not the real show.
It's kind of real. I'm here. If we're
Yeah.
here, it's real. If I
I mean,
can
Derek's
touch
gonna get
it,
here eventually. I'm sorry. I've been at work all day. I came home. There was pizza. I'm eating pizza. But
that's awesome, isn't it?
so yeah, real awesome.
It's like, oh man, you get home and there's like, hey, there's pizza, and you're like, fuck yeah, there is. That's great. It's like that's like the best thing you can hear, right? You walk in from work, hey, there's pizza, and you're like, there's fucking pizza. Woo!
Made my day.
Yeah. Dude, it's half making my day the fact that it happened to you. Like, I'm excited for you because you walked in and had pizza, and I'm reminiscing of all of the times that I've walked in and there's been pizza, and it's like that's fucking great. There's like
With
not a lot of better feelings than that.
I opened the box, threw a couple pieces on a plate, came right downstairs.
Tremendous.
Surprisingly enough, when I got home, wife and kids were still awake. Was
That's
not
great.
expecting that. Um, she's like, "You gonna heat that up?" I said, "What for?"
Probably
I
not
don't have
that
time for
cold.
that.
It's not like it was like outside. I mean,
I don't have time for that.
you don't heat
You know what
pizza
I'm saying?
up. You don't heat pizza up day one. Day
No,
two,
next day. Yeah.
next day you want to heat the pizza. That's good. You want to next day heat the pizza. You put it in the air fryer. Give it a good 2 minutes in the air fryer. Let it get a little bubbly, and then you've rejuvenated.
It's brand new.
I mean it's 90%.
I'm glad you brought up the air fryer though, right? So we go to this place down here, and no matter what, I always bitch about their French fries, right? Like they're just they're good fries, but like they don't do anything to them. They don't put salt on them. They don't put
What?
seasoning on them. They don't do shit with them, right?
So
And
you're just eating some like potatoes, some
yeah,
fried
so
potatoes.
so I stopped ordering them, right? So Lindsay ordered them whenever we were there this week, and we brought some home, and I was like, okay, well I got an idea. So I put some seasoning on them,
You froze.
garlic, I put them in the air fryer last night.
Uh-huh.
Mm,
So you're saying the potatoes are good.
fantastic.
It's good potato. It's just bad. It's bad seasoning.
Yeah, just need some
Oh
love, man.
man, you gotta season your shit, man. So we got Drew versus Sheamus. They're about to beat the fuck out of each other.
I haven't even turned anything on, and if I turn anything on, I'm turning on NCAA basketball.
So I rolled in. I brought the kids to my mom and dad's for their St. Patty's Day sleepover because they're all getting. My kids are getting. They're getting big. My sister's little girl is the same age as my son, and they've been like thick as thieves since they've been like brother and sister since they were born. It's like
Yeah,
for the longest time, everybody was like, "Oh, are they twins?" It's like, no, they're cousins. We didn't really do this on purpose, but it fucking happened because they're like 4 months apart. So since they've been two, it's like, are they twins? No, they're cousins, but they look. I mean, You've probably seen pictures of them. They look like they they look like they're related. Clearly, they have parents that are related. Damien, and my son is very much, and y'all have seen him on here. Damien is like he's a lighter complected version of me. That's a good face, actually. You need like an eye patch, but he's a lighter complected version of me, and Addison's sort of a similar way, and they're just like their chemistry as friends and as antagonists is is something to watch. And they've been busy lately with their own friends and all that other stuff, so they haven't been together, and it hasn't been terribly long. It's been like 2 weeks, but they saw each other and they immediately hugged and then tried to put each other in headlocks. So that was it. It was like, oh my God. And they hugged each other and then headlocks. And I'm like, you guys got to stop. We can't do this right now. You're going to break a lamp. But like hugs to headlocks. And that's the dynamic. And then Addie finally gets Damien like off of her and like gets him out of him. And then Evie runs in and like kind of gives Addie a cross body hug, like a body. And that's the dynamic of the three of them. And
nothing wrong with that, bub.
Well, so I hung out at my parents for a little while and tried to like keep that pulled apart. But now that's my parents' problem for the remainder of the evening.
Sure is, bud.
And I'm going over bright and early for an Irish breakfast. My mother had baked some Irish soda bread that I had a slice of when I got over there. Oh my God, already just fucking great. And she showed me, she's like, there's going to be potato pancakes in the morning. I'm like, oh God, potato pancakes. And there's ham and scones. And I'm like, I'm coming over to eat, mama. But we got some DiCarlo's pizza for the evening. So I crushed some of that. And then came home and watched some wrestling. And I'm here to hang out with you as well, because that sounded like a great idea.
Yeah.
Like a tremendous idea. And
absolutely.
So that's where we be. Walter, what are we talking about?
I mean, we talk about whatever the fuck we want, bud. Because
I guess we really can. We're just kind of live, right? That's really the long and short of it.
Yeah. I mean, I know one thing. I can hear myself talking.
I can't hear you, like you don't echo, so it's probably a setting.
So I don't know. It seems like it's better now.
Hold on. No, I have echo cancellation on.
I don't know. I don't hear it now. So
all right, must have just been an adjustment thing.
But yeah, man. So today was good. It's St. Patrick's Day. I
wore green.
I did. I had green on all day, but this was the only shirt that I had hanging down here, and I just needed to remedy that situation so that I could sit in this chair and we could have this conversation, right? So, man, today was a wild day at work, right? Like, lots of drunk people today. Matter of fact,
yeah,
we had a former server of mine that came in and sat down, and I was just doing what I do, right? And I had like these like gold shamrock chains on, Nice. We just bought like a bunch of dumb shit for everybody to just kind of enjoy the day,
Always exciting.
And I was like, hey, how's everything going? Blah 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 blah. Oh, everything's great, this, that, the third, how you been? The generic pleasantries, right?
Mm-hmm.
She goes, it's a pretty cool little necklace you got there. I was like, oh yeah, just bought some stupid shit for everybody to have something. And like they were like little gold medallions that had shamrocks on them, right?
Plastic gold, I assume.
Yeah. And Like, yeah, just bought some stupid shit, whatever. She's like, I'd wrap my shamrocks around your neck too. Excuse me?
Chick's weird, man.
Did you just proposition me?
Are you propositioning me in the middle of my restaurant?
Like, I'm gonna have to tell my wife about this. No, you don't. It can be our little secret. I said, no, it can't.
No, that's not how that works. I intend to remain married.
That's not how that's going to play there, bud. Thank that. I guess thank you. That's very flattering.
Right, it's flattering. I mean, I don't know this person, so maybe it's flattering. Yes! Yes, he made it. Exactly 12 minutes.
Hi, guys.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, look at wearing the throwback, bro.
That's a good one. I actually wore mine the other day, too. To our last, because it's the same color purple that my indoor soccer team was. To our last game, I actually wore mine.
Nice.
That's cool.
It was
awesome.
fun. I told everybody on my team to listen. They're probably not listening. But if y'all are listening, it's nice to talk to you guys because we should be playing soccer tonight, but we're not because we got screwed out of the friggin' playoffs, although we did win. We tied a game and we won 2, but whatever.
So, in light of Derek's arrival, I'd like to circle back to the conversation that you and I were having before we decided to hit the go live button here on Freestyle Friday, One Fall WrestleCast style. And so the gist of this conversation is, for those of you that are trying to get caught up, Tom and I were talking because I made the comment I have such a plethora of beverages in front of me. I've got some Coke and some whiskey and some beer and some water. And Tom said, hey, man, when you don't drink for a little while and then you drink, that next day is really fucking rough. And so, Tom, I'm assuming that you had a day where you rode the struggle bus for a few hours.
Thursday, I rode the struggle bus for most of the day.
Oh, so post-show day.
Post-show. So, and
I guess you were putting them back at a pretty breakneck pace for you.
So I hadn't had, and it wasn't that I was even really too bad. It was a matter of like, I think it was a overtime kind of deal, right? So, I went out with my buddy and we went to Permane Brothers, and yeah, there you go. And we went to Permane Brothers.
No, listen. I'm gonna let this get situated first. Go ahead, keep telling your story.
I went to Permane Brothers, and I had 2 drinks of Permane's, but that, like, you get to Permane's at 6, right? And I had 2 drinks of Permane's, and then I drove home 15 minutes, and I had a big one and then a pint. So
allow me to interrupt you for one momentary second and allow me to introduce friend of the show, Pat Martin.
Of course. Yes.
Boom.
Oh, he's in picture. I love it. I'm excited.
That's awesome.
Pat, your hair looks amazing, by the way.
You're muted, by the way.
Point out that, like,
you're muted. You have to unmute.
Thank you, bud.
Can I just
it's a
point out
three-step process? You know what I'm saying?
Can I just point out that Pat Martin and everybody actually involved in the show right now has a gorgeous full head of hair. And,
hey, don't let Pat bullshit you. He got a little something brewing up back here.
Why can't you let me live? Why does everybody got to remind me? Like, I don't understand.
I'm the first person that had to break that news to Pat one day, right? I'm like, hey man,
Pat's hair's on point. My hair's on point. Walt's hair's on point. I know Derek has hair. I know this for a fact because, like, I stand about a foot taller than he does, and I can see down. And
he's just a little guy.
So, if we're being if we're being fair to everybody in the stream at the moment, Pat, your hair looks great, buddy. It's good stuff.
Only cold water.
Don't let this fucking guy get you down.
Okay,
all right?
cold
Now
water.
listen, you got to go natural when it comes to hair care, and really, it's just about cold water. That's all you need. Cold water.
I mean, I just
3 steps.
fucking
3
put
steps.
a hat on, I guess, sometimes. It
It's a
was
3-step
rainy today.
process.
Like, it fucking rained today. So I was
Dude,
like,
if I go to the bathroom and go to step 4, don't let your wife open the door. Don't.
Oh my god, this fucking guy.
is that a level of like I don't want like consciousness to happen? Is it like a boom?
Hey, so here's the thing. I guess I need to tell this story right now.
Oh,
Pat, so I just already told this story on before you got here. Derek hasn't even heard the story. I told Tom, right? And the gimmick here is that, like, I talk about my job from time to time, but, like, obviously, like, I don't ever mention my job. Do you know what I'm saying?
We don't give up the gimmick.
But Derek does every single time I bring it up. But so today, St. Patrick's Day, I had a former server come in to eat today, hammered drunk, right? I'm walking around, I'm doing visits, and walked up. I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm doing real good. How are you? Right? I'm like, yeah, how's everything today? Tasting all right, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's a pretty cool little necklace you got on. So I had on, we bought a bunch of stuff for the holiday for the staff, right? And I had on these like gold Mardi Gras beads they were little medallions that had shamrocks on them. Like gold coins, leprechaun gold coins. And this particular person goes, that's a pretty cool necklace you got on there. I was like, oh yeah, just bought some dumb shit for everybody to have. And I get hit with, well, I'd like to wrap my shamrocks around your neck too.
So what exactly are her shamrocks?
I don't.
I feel like that's important.
Do I know
like,
that server?
No.
Oh, that sucks.
I'm very confused now. Yeah.
I was confused. Thank you. That's very nice of you. I think. Yeah. So that happened today. What's you sipping on, big guy?
You know what I'm sipping on.
E-Dub Peach. My guy. Hey, Derek, where's your fucking Yoo-Hoo?
I don't have a Yoo-Hoo right now. I just have the yellow Gatorade. The yellow Gatorade, man, it pairs with this. Seriously, so good.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Do you know how much salt is in Gatorade?
I like the Derek pairs with his vape.
It's sugar-free.
Look how much salt's in there, though.
Salt? Oh.
Yeah, man.
Look, it's not. Wait, is it your blood pressure? Is your blood pressure okay? You get that?
Mine's perfect. Yeah. A lot of people don't know there's
270 milligrams of salt.
A lot of people don't realize how much salt's in Gatorade.
There is. That's crazy.
Oh, bro, I'm so happy that this came together.
Hold on. I gotta Google.
Well, there's salt in Gatorade because, like, it's meant to be like. So you're pouring out salt if you're like running your ass off and sweating your ass off, and that's the idea. They want to replenish that. But if you're drinking Gatorade and you're not sweating your ass off, yeah, it's a lot of fucking salt. Like it's like if you get an IV, but like you're fully hydrated, it's one of those kind of things where it's like they're pumping saline in your veins, but like you're totally perfectly hydrated, and you're not, you don't need that. It's the same level of shit. It's just like,
but that's like.
Basically, what it says is that my office-sitting ass should probably just drink water and avoid Gatorade because I do nothing and I'm definitely not an athlete.
Yes.
But yes, what you're saying.
You're not an athlete? I'm shocked. That's a revelation.
I mean, with this rockin' bod, you would think.
What a shocking revelation.
I just don't have the.
Derek, you want to come up? I'm not going to play this season, but next season I'm going to play some more indoor soccer. You want to come up? We'll play on Fridays. It'll be a good time.
I would love to. Well, you know where I'm going with this. I can beat Tom in soccer. You already know it. It's coming. I am an athlete.
Buddy, come on. Like, all right, look.
I can run.
Look,
shocking.
Green Tree Sports, buddy.
Listen, I knew as soon as this indoor soccer conversation happened that friend of the show, Pat Martin, was going to say,
you will not score a goal on me. Well,
I'll beat you in soccer. I'll beat
Oh,
you.
dude,
are
I
you a
beat you.
goalie? Then is that
I can play any position. I'll play center forward. It don't matter to me. I play defense. I don't care.
I used to play center midfield, Pat. Whenever Tom and I were on soccer teams together, and like I was the meanest little fucking fat kid you'd ever met your entire
Because
life.
we can just bully them. We just bully them, dude.
Yeah.
Walt was
One
a kid
time.
you did not step to Walt because you lost.
No.
You
One
lost.
time. Listen, so we were at state. We were at the state tournament for our travel team, right? And I was sitting at midfield and I was stretching, and we were playing Point Pleasant. And I only remember this because of how much of a lasting impact this story left on my adult life. Because my college roommate, my freshman year, ended up have played on the same team, and we reminisced about this particular moment. Which was fucking both awesome and hilarious. Well, I'm sitting there at midfield and I'm stretching, and this is the semifinals for the state championship. Okay, and I'm sitting there, and by this point we've already played 6 or 7 games. Okay, so I'm sitting there, I'm stretching, and I get this little tap on my shoulder, and I look over, and there's this big girl, like this like big girl, like thick,
That was co-ed, wasn't it?
this thick bitch, okay? And she goes, all right, I see you. I was like, excuse me? She goes, oh, so you're the big enforcer over here, huh? I'm like, what?
We
She's
were
like,
down. Where were we at that? Were we in Beckley?
Yeah, we were in Beckley, right? So she's like,
They got some big girls down.
She
in
goes,
yeah, they do.
Not
Pleasant.
that there's a
We were
not that I have
Point
anything
Pleasant.
wrong with that, but there's some big girls in Beckley who play some soccer.
Right, but we were playing Point Pleasant. So she goes, you don't look that big to me. And I'm like, okay. She goes, you better stay out of my way. Now, I am both dumbfounded and amused at this point, right? With my 17-year-old self playing in my final.
You were 17?
Yeah, playing in my final season of soccer, right?
Have you banged a chick yet at that point?
Yeah, ish.
Ish.
There's no ish.
Yeah.
It's you banged or you didn't.
So there
Derek,
was
explain
this.
to him. There's no ish.
But
Derek didn't know him yet.
But there was
Derek
no
had no
movement. Like I didn't know what I was doing.
What?
Like it just was in there.
It got in. It made it
No,
in.
it was there.
Like, we're there.
It just didn't do the job, right? So, anyways, we're playing this fucking game, and here I am doing what I do, you know, keeping the middle clean, moving the ball around, loose ball over on the sideline next to the parents. Okay, I get there first. Here she comes. She's chugga choo chooing right at me. I go, oh, she was serious, right? Like, you know, you have that thought. I'm like, oh, she was serious. So here she comes. I just passed the ball and moved, and she just went. I was like, hey. And I turned around. I went to like help her up. You know what I'm saying? And she reluctantly took my gesture. And as I was picking her up, I said, just a bit outside. Right? So she squares me up again a little bit later. This time I'm going to let her get to business. Okay? So she hits me as fucking hard as she can. And she just flops on the ground. Whistle blows. I look over, here comes a referee right to me. Boom, yellow card. I'm like, motherfucker, I didn't do anything. I stand in here.
She ran into you.
Right? Do you remember this though?
Yes.
Like,
absolutely.
You were there?
No, because I just came out. I was walking off the field because they.
But we were on the same team.
Yeah, I was walking off the field because I called for a sub, and they threw a yellow card at you, and I went, she hit him. What the fuck? Like I was like I'm like walking off backwards because I saw the ref. I walked by the ref, and I go, she hit him.
And it's not like she took a bump, right? Like she got fucked up. Like she hit
a
me
wall.
hard.
She went.
and I got yellow card, right? I'm like, oh, this is some bullshit. Now what do I do?
You
know what I mean?
Because we sat on the bench.
So I got pulled out of the game, and I'm like, I didn't do anything. I fucking did. Tom's sitting over there. He's defending me. He's like, shoot it. Coach.
I sat next to you. Sat next to you, and I went, that was the stupidest shit I ever saw in my life.
Coach is like, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
So I get to go back in after halftime. This is in the first half. Here she comes again. Sizes me up, right? So now I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to get carded anyways. I may as well have some fun with this. So I start moving the ball. I never move the ball. I facilitate. I was like a point guard out there because I'm too big to be trying to fucking play offense, all right? So I'm a facilitator. So I just start moving the ball. Fuck it. Lowered the boom on that bitch. I didn't get to play in the state championship game because I got red carded. And when you get red carded, you have to miss that game plus the next one. And the next one was the state championship game. So I had to sit on the bench and watch.
And we lost.
Did you guys lose the championship game?
No, fuck no.
Okay.
No.
Do you guys get like a ring or like a necklace or a hat or
anything? We got a fucking, you remember like back in the day, like you could go down to the trophy shop and say, I need some medals. And then they would give you that like piece of tin with like the gold foil over it on the shitty red, white, and blue ribbon.
It wasn't a state. It was
over here in the fucking box.
What was that? It was just the.
Tom, you still have yours?
It's at my dad. So at my dad's house, there's like this. So his basement is finished wood, and there's this indent in this wood that has a lot of trophies in it, of like shit that like his kids did, and my sisters won. So my sisters did a lot of track, and they give big trophies for track. And remember
the shitty little
I'm one of 4
we used to get.
Yeah. So I'm one of 4. So my middle sister, who is like the oldest, I'm the oldest, but like the next sister in line, I don't remember a time without her because she and I are like 16 months apart or something like that. So we're very close. So there's only ever been like it was she and I, and then like there's these other 2, right? So our next oldest sister, who's also now in her mid-30s.
Oh shit!
We're like we were shit at sports for the most part. So there's not a whole lot of trophies for she and I. However, Kate is very, very good at basketball, like incredibly good. Won a couple of state championships and yada yada. So most of the trophies in this little shelf are hers, but my parents loved us all equally. So all of our other accomplishments are hanging there. So that little piece of tin that Walt is referring to sits hanging on one of Kate's basketball trophies. So,
hey, it's up there though, man.
It's up there.
Listen, I just saw the new promo pictures for Cameron Grimes. Have you seen this?
He's looking jacked. He looks big. He looks big and ripped, but still like Cameron Grimes. Yeah, no, I'm excited for him because he's not been around, and he was.
No, because they're bringing him to the main roster.
I know, but I'm just saying he needs to be. He's about to be something. He's gonna show up post WrestleMania and be something.
You think Raw after WrestleMania?
Yeah, I mean that makes sense to me. Truthfully, put him on Raw after WrestleMania. Put him back in a feud with LA Knight because their feud was great. And if you want to bring the $1 Million Man back into it, let's do that too because I'm here for it.
Hey, so Jesus. I do want to talk about something though, and Pat, you'll be able to weigh in on this too. So I don't know if you've seen all the bullshit going around the internet right now about Pat McAfee. So I guess Wade Barrett had made a comment about him being the #1 announcer in wrestling now, or some shit. Like I don't know. I didn't hear it, didn't read it, didn't see it. I just through the grapevine type thing, right? So everybody's been talking about Pat McAfee, and he's been, hey, I'm kind of uncertain. And then you're getting this mixed signals on the internet. I'm not sure about new ownership. What's that look like? Does he want to work for that person? All kinds of shit going on. So Pat fucking tweeted today, okay? He said a lot of wrestling chatter about me right now. I think about wrestling every day. That dream isn't done. My business is currently rather active and exigent, whatever the fuck that means. And a baby on the way. Timing is everything. I still have massive plans for my journey to the WWE Hall of Fame someday. Believe that. Dude, fucking Pat's a pro, right? Like, and I think that the wrestling space is better because he's there. I also believe that when he's there, the wrestling space gets eyes that it necessarily wouldn't have otherwise been graced with his presence, correct?
Sure.
So the fact that, like, Pat McAfee's out here and he's talking about how great, working for WWE is essentially like, and he wants to be there, wants to do that. But my man's got a lot going on. I don't know if anybody's aware, but Brett Favre is suing Pat McAfee.
I was aware. He's suing a few other people.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp and some other
it's
chooch.
It's a very, like, Pat, I think, who has met Brett, gave an honest opinion about Brett, and it was something because it had to do with the allegations against Brett Favre, and it was more or less a like, fuck Brett Favre, what a piece of shit.
It was like it really wasn't even that, man. He just kind of like, reported on the things that were already being reported, and
things he was charged for at the time. Like he was charged for those things at the time. It's not a thing that we're like, oh man, like, these are unsubstantiated allegations. It's not it wasn't that. It was like this is what's happening. Like Brett Favre is charged with, what was he charged? Was it like, it was sexual?
He was like, he was like laundering money from a charity.
Right?
Exactly.
No, he pled guilty to that.
Yeah, but
this is going to get thrown out. He pled guilty to that. He paid money.
I don't know, man. But regardless, all that bullshit aside, right? I want to focus on the Pat McAfee inside the WWE piece.
Okay.
I absolutely miss Pat McAfee.
Yeah, me too. Wade Barrett's not on the same level.
No, and like I think that what him and Michael Cole are doing is fine, right?
Yeah.
Like not Tom fine, but like fine, And I think that from that standpoint, they're doing a good job. But just the level of energy that he gives Cringy Cole, just makes that a whole nother thing. And quite honestly, I think that it's a giant injustice for us as wrestling fans to not get to enjoy Pat McAfee every Friday night.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think it's a matter of, like, without Pat, SmackDown has taken a step back. Truth be told, it's the lesser. It feels to me like the lesser show of all things. Like, remember, God, years ago we were talking about, God, Raw feels so dragged out, and such a, but like now really Raw feels right, and like SmackDown feels rushed. You know what I mean? At least to me. And I feel like when Pat was there, I'm not saying it wasn't still a little bit rushed, but like the excitement, you just kept, like, Pat kept that level, right? He kept that excitement for 2 hours, whereas there's ebbs and flows now with it, and it maybe feels rushed. And I don't know that it didn't feel rushed before with Pat, but at the same time now it kind of without Pat, it's like it's less of a high, right? You're less hyped.
No, I totally agree that without Pat, life is less of a high.
Yeah, it's just less of a hype.
I'm not talking about Pat McAfee when I say that. I'm talking about friend of the show, Pat Martin.
Oh, well, that too.
I'm glad friend of the show, Pat Martin too.
I think he does a good job on TV, and everything. I don't watch as much as you guys do, but I think he's the best guy they've had in a long time.
I would agree with that.
He made it more fun. And especially to the person that's just going to step in there and start watching. Like Pat, you said, you don't watch it all the time. It's probably more entertaining.
You know what else is not watching? Fucking Rampage. I'll tell you that.
Not watching Rampage. No.
Oh, right, that's on right now. Why don't I shut the TV off when SmackDown was over. Like, that's how funny it is that, like, I shut it off because I was like, all right, well, SmackDown's over.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, y'all.
Yeah, man. Cheers.
I just have water. Sorry, I'm out of drinks.
Well, you got to realize Pat and I just coming off shift here, pal. So like,
yeah, no,
it was so smooth, but damn, St. Patty's Day at the Roadhouse, woo,
bro, we were fucking.
Yeah.
Don't
we were
give
dead
the
as
gimmick
shit.
away.
Banging.
We were dead as fuck, bro.
We were number one for a while, and then we got
downtown Pittsburgh will do that to you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's too much to do there, man. Pittsburgh's awesome.
It sure is.
Hey, I am coming to town on the 16th, I think. Isn't that the date or the 6th, Walt?
I think it's the 16th.
We should hook up, man, and have a good night. I'll be in Morgantown, West Virginia. Coming up.
Yep, and then Pat and I will be in the Bahamas later on that week.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's gonna be a dope little fucking time. I can't wait.
I'm trying everything in my power because I hope the world doesn't hear this, but if Amy gets to meet New Kids on the Block at conference, I'm banging her in her butt. It's happening, I'm telling you.
Oh, I love you, bud. I fucking love you. Hey, guys! I hope you don't mind that I invited friend of the show, Pat Martin, to join us.
Not only do I not, I'm actually excited about it.
Listen, I figured. So as soon as I sent the studio room over to you guys, I was like, "Hey, Pat, we're gonna do a little Friday night hangout."
It's Friday night, and we're fucking losers. We're all home because we're old.
Hey, man, we're
not part of that game anymore. So like, let's hang out, and it's gonna be a good time because there's wrestling on for the entire night. And yeah, here we said. Although there's not Rampage. Rampage is gonna do a terrible number because we're still it's March Madness right now, and so Rampage does not come on until this game is over. Which I'm happy to watch. I'm not excited. I think it's over now.
Pat, did you see this shit about Michael Jordan? He's about to sell the Charlotte Hornets franchise.
Okay, so think about this. Okay, I've been a bunch of conspiracy stuff's been popping up on my shit, like half the world, and we're in a dome, and all the crazy stuff. You know what I mean? The moon being a base. All the shit's been popping up. I don't know, but I've been seeing all kinds of wild stuff. Okay, but think about this, dude. Michael Jordan, one of like the most well-renowned, smartest, richest dudes out there, selling the Hornets. What was the other one that's just getting ready to happen too? I had it in my head. I wanted to talk about it. I'll remember here in a minute, but like there's some major shit getting ready to go down. The Rapture's coming. The Rapture.
So I just thought
I'll be here.
Were about to tell me about how the NBA somehow TNT crashed. That's great. I thought you were about to tell me how the NBA was about to have some sort of a crash, but like you're talking like full on like
no,
like God is coming. We're all about to be sucked. What happens if you're inside? So here's the thing about the Rapture. What happens if you're inside when the Rapture happens?
Bro, you just hit the ceiling, right?
And you're fucking stuck?
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna get raptured, so it doesn't matter. For me, nobody's sucking me up to anything. I'm just gonna like people are gonna start floating away. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I'm gonna like grab legs and shit. Like, no, come back! No, come out of the light. But I'm not going anywhere. They're gonna leave my ass here. I'm gonna be. Have you ever seen the movie This Is the End?
No. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
It is hilarious.
Go watch it. But I'm going to be Danny McBride in that movie, and until you watch it, you're not gonna know what I mean. So anyway,
I'll have to watch it. What's this called again?
This Is the End.
This is the end.
It is hilarious. It's over it's way over the top. Like it's sort of right at the end of like that 2000s kind of like things can be super raunchy comedy thing. It's over the top. It's great. It's so funny. It is It's one of the raunchiest, funniest comedies I've ever seen of the raunchy, funny comedy era, and I laughed so hard. I almost peed myself in the theater. It was so funny.
Hey, did you see Albert the River?
No, I try to avoid him if at all possible.
He's just looking jacked, bro. Like he's cock diesel motherfucker.
Man, at 50 years old, he's jacked. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah. Them south of the border steroids will do that for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old Mexican supplements, eh?
Them rhinoceros steroids right into your ass are apparently pretty fucking potent, eh? Does he have like fucking shields on his shoulders? Did he grow like some kind of Power Ranger like rhino?
Go Power Rangers!
Go Power Rangers!
Did I tell you guys the story about whenever I bought myself a Power Ranger shirt, right?
When was this? When were you like 15 or were you
no, just
like 35?
Like I don't know, like 6 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. So you were like 38. Great.
Yeah. So I get it, I put it on, right, and we're getting ready to go out. And Carson goes, "Daddy, what's that?" I said, "Oh, hey, bud, this is Power Rangers." Like he's like, "I want to watch." Like, fuck yeah, you do.
Good for him.
Fuck yeah, you do.
So
we watched the pilot episode, and he's like, "Daddy, can we watch something else?" I'm like, fuck.
So my kids totally did watch the first 2 seasons of Power Rangers because I introduced them to it. They're like, "This is pretty cool," and they watched 2 seasons, and then like they're very much like they will rewatch things they really really like, but they watched the first 2 seasons and then they stopped because there's clearly like 30 seasons of it, right? It's still on TV now. They watched 2 seasons, like, "Oh, you guys aren't into Power Rangers anymore?" They're like, "No, that we had enough. That was it." They were like, we had enough. That was their explanation for it. And it was like, "Oh shit, you guys watched like 30 episodes and you had enough." But like my son has watched, there's only 4 seasons of Gumball. He's watched it like for 3 years.
Gumball's pretty funny though.
I don't like gumballs. They hurt my teeth.
You know what's a cartoon that doesn't get enough credit is The Last Airbender.
It's not. My kids are still very much kids, so they want to watch kid stuff. I've seen The Last Airbender. I've watched all of it, but it's very much tuned towards a more adult level. Like you have to watch it in succession to kind of follow the storyline. And that's kind of how Power Rangers was too. Is that like there's a storyline, and my kids are still very much episode by episode, like, you know, like they love The Simpsons, they love Bob's Burgers because it's very like, oh well, here's this one episode, and there's a little bit of throwback jokes, but it's not like it's very condensed to like if you just watch this episode, it doesn't matter if you've watched any episodes before, and that's really where they are in life. So at some point they're gonna want to see things as a like sort of continuation of a story, but they're just not there yet. So, and I think that's kind of where they were with Power Rangers, and that's really where they were too. Also with like Ninja Turtles, because there's a really good Ninja Turtles there, or at least there was. It ended around.
Did you just shit all over the new Ninja Turtles?
No, the one that ended. There was a cartoon that ended around 2017-ish.
Sorry, I was really only halfway listening.
So there's a Ninja Turtles show that ended around 2017-ish, and it was fantastic. Like it was like one episode built to another, and there was like continuations of like this villain evolves and here's this new villain, but then they evolve that villain and there was character development and all that stuff. And they liked it for 4 seasons, and then it got too complex because there was time travel and interdimensional travel and all that, and they're kids, and it's like, so it's hard. So it's really for like 12-ish year olds at that point, and they were assuming you started watching it at like 8, so 4 years in you were 12 and this was okay.
Excuse me.
You're excused.
Excuse me. Did you just say that the fucking Ninja Turtles time traveled?
I mean, yeah, that's part of the thing, right?
In like the new one, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, that's fucking terrible. That
No,
sounds terrible.
Good. No, it's there's interdimensional and there's time travel, and at that point in time, during the
I'm
time
good.
travel, there were crossovers.
I'm
and
good.
This is I think where they lost the kids because
I'm good.
they crossed over with the Ninja Turtles from when we were kids.
I'm good.
Yeah, it was
good.
it was too much for the kids. It's too much for Walt. It's too much for
I'm
Walt.
good.
Okay,
I'm
I'm not gonna
think
fight
we
you,
should just
but
watch The Simpsons for like future events. Like just watch them and
Yeah, that's a thing though.
like, did they really like? I keep seeing it online, but did the Simpsons really predict the latest bank to crack? Like, did that really happen, or is that just they made it up?
I mean, The Simpsons got a lot of shit right, bro.
About that, man.
they
lot
called
of
Donald Trump being president.
I mean, look here. I'm gonna fucking Google it. You know what?
Although they didn't. Although after that, Lisa Simpson fixed all of it, and we've yet to have Lisa Simpson fix all this shit. So I feel like the Simpsons sort of like,
Okay, so I have a top 10 list here.
oh my god.
I think
top
the
10?
Simpsons predicted Nancy Pelosi to be freaking president.
So
I mean,
this
that's
was
not gonna happen.
this was season 23, episode 22, Lady Gaga in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Okay, I mean that's just kind of sensical, right?
Right.
Season 10, episode 5. This is in 1998. Walt Disney and Fox merger.
Yeah, that hasn't happened though. I mean, that's a little bit happened, but not. That's okay.
2019, Walt Disney announced a $71 billion merger with 21st Century Fox in 2021.
Oh shit! Yeah, that happened.
Season 11, episode 17, the Trump presidency, which, I mean, if we're being fair, was Tom's favorite 4 years.
Oh my god!
Entire existence.
Stop.
I mean, like, Tom never loved his life so much underneath the Trump presidency.
You think he's going to win again? You think he's going to win?
No.
I do believe that he will possibly contend with the write-in vote. Yes.
No, I think
even if he wasn't going to actively campaign, I do believe that he would have had enough of a following that a write-in vote would have been a thing, and he would be in the conversation. I do believe that.
I hate Donald Trump with every fiber of my being. Literally, like, and this is pre.
Take us cookie.
This is pre 2016. This is pre, like.
Trump. What did you do, Derek? Here, I'm gonna give you the floor, sir. When I'm ready to interject, I will.
This is pre 2016. Like, I've hated Donald Trump since like 1991. Like, as a human being, I always saw him as some sort of a cartoon villain, and I never took him seriously as a person, as a human. I thought of him as a cartoon, right? And like
cartoon.
Yeah, like I mean, if you look at him in him in The Simpsons personified, I saw him as a cartoon. And I mean, it just, I saw him on Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous back when I was a kid hanging out at my grandma's house.
I saw him ringside at WrestleMania 5.
Yeah, no, I didn't like that either. In fact, I hated his involvement.
Bro, you were like 6.
You were
didn't like it. 5? Didn't like him then because I spent, buddy, I don't know about you, but I spent sick days at my grandma's house. And all I got to watch at my grandma's house was daytime TV with my grandfather, who had dementia and was actively dying at the time. God. And so he watched Lifestyles on Famous.
I love that I got you to go down this fucking rabbit hole.
This is really a rabbit hole.
I'm not going to let this happen. I'm just not. I'm glad that I got what I wanted, but moving on, things that the Simpsons have predicted. The USA curling team, season 21, episode 12. This was apparently had something to do with a co-ed mixed doubles team in the Winter Olympics, and in 2018 that actually happened. Okay. FaceTime season 6 episode 19, 1995. In the episode Lisa's Wedding, Lisa went to a fortune teller that predicted Lisa's future in 2010. Lisa's future consisted of her marrying her college sweetheart. Excited to share the news, she called her mom. The phone that Lisa dialed included a screen that showed Marge's face in real time attached to a rotary dial. Skype was invented in 2003. It served primarily as the calling service used on computers. In 2010, Apple announced that it had developed FaceTime for Apple users. Okay.
A lot of that's like, I mean,
that's like any future thing that you've ever heard in your entire life, right? Like any story that you've ever been told about the future. There's flying cars.
I mean, there's a lot of things that are very much like.
There's like a whole city in Antarctica. Like, it's crazy. Like, there's a whole nother like layer of the Earth. Nuts.
Underneath the Antarctica?
Islands, floating cars, like all this stuff's really happening right now. They just give us what they want. We're like secondary.
What are you talking about? We're in the Matrix. This is a simulation, okay? And Donald Trump is going to take over the world. All right, moving on. Matrix.
Why doesn't the moon spin? They just talked about it today on Facebook. Why doesn't the moon spin?
The moon does spin.
The moon does spin.
It doesn't.
It does. It rotates around the Earth.
Like
it rotates around the Earth, but you never see the dark side of the moon.
That's not true. You do see it. It's not dark anymore.
You can't see it. Pat, stop.
It's true.
Pat, stop. I love the fact that this is happening, right? Like this is
I want to blow Tom's mind right now. I think are on the same level.
This is not the way to do it.
Listen, no, this could be awesome. I think me and Derek might think the same. Maybe I'm wrong, but I want to ask Tom, what does the president really do? They don't do anything.
No, they don't. They don't even answer emails. Probably. Like I feel like
someone else does that for them.
I feel like a lot of times that like my job is very much just answering emails for like a certain portion of the year. Now, a lot of these emails are like very significant things that I really have to be mindful of and research and do good and give good answers to. But
you mean to tell me you don't hit the tweeter machine?
No, not for work.
Tweeter's God-given American right.
Not for work. They're God-given American rights, but they're about to ban TikTok.
Listen, I'ma just say right now, if y'all take my tweeter from me, okay, it's bad enough that you took it from number 45, Donald Trump. Praise Trump, 2024, right? It's bad enough that you're trying to take my tweeter away. Now you talking about taking my TikTok away? This shit ain't un-American. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen under a Biden administration. They're gonna take TikTok away, and they're gonna be like, "Fucking censorship!" But it's like Trump threatened this shit for years. It's hilarious though.
What? How dare you?
How dare you say anything?
Tom's gonna fit it. So, Pat, let me catch you up, right?
Okay.
So, Tom's coming to visit down here in the holler.
Oh, holler.
Right.
Are we going to Derek's house?
Yeah. Not
next
week.
Sunday.
Yeah,
next week, right?
Because I have to wait.
Yes.
I have to wait to put my fenders on my Jeep.
I've inconvenienced Walt greatly.
Because Derek pleaded with my heartstrings today. Well, you see, sir, I need to hang out with my family. And besides that, Tom said he could come and see us next week. Like, can't you just wait a few more days?
Please, sir. Wait some more.
Could I have some more?
Just wait some more, sir.
We're fucking Taylor
April.
April.
Somebody go grab my cellular device.
Somehow we've gone from Charles
I
Dickens
need
to CM Punk.
to communicate to the WFP.
CM Punk gonna come back at WrestleMania?
Is CM Punk going to come back at WrestleMania? No. There is a 0% chance that we will see
Dude.
CM Punk at WrestleMania.
You would make a hell of a lot of money on that bet if you were to bet $1. It'd be like 1,000,000 to 1 odds.
But I would say that there is a 0% chance we will see CM Punk at WrestleMania.
April.
Oh man, I hope.
Go and fetch me Paul's numerals, please.
I would hope that we just at first we just see a rickety door and he just kicks it open like Goldberg.
They roll out like this shitty ass door and he kicks it.
So Pat,
And then,
I know that
Everybody
you watch
would
the
be
show
confused.
and like you
It would
listen
be
to
the
the
most
show, right?
confusing thing in wrestling since
But like this whole CM Punk like rickety
comes out the
door
door,
thing
he's
has
over.
become a gimmick. And now it's turning into its own thing. So I apologize. But no, Pat, CM Punk is not going to be at WrestleMania because there's millions and millions of dollars in lawyers and things that would be involved in such a thing.
lawyers, no.
Yeah, because that would be I don't know, breach of contract.
It certainly would be. CM Punk is absolutely still signed to AEW.
Derek.
Yes.
Forgot.
Yeah, there's things.
Lawyer.
That's
Yeah.
true.
He is
There's
absolutely
things like
still-
contracts.
He is absolutely still signed to AEW, and they can extend that contract through any injury if they want to continue paying him. Now, the question is whether or not they want to continue paying him.
Yeah,
However,
fuck yeah, they're going to continue to pay him. Do you know why? Because Tony Khan's soft as puppy shit.
yeah, it's true.
Can I ask you questions before my phone dies?
Yes.
Okay, number one. Do you guys think Cody Rhodes is going to win it all because Roman Reigns deserves a break?
Absolutely.
Or do you think it's because he actually does kind of deserve it and Cody Rhodes is the fucking great?
No, I think so, I think it's both. If we're being honest, because Roman's worked a much lighter schedule lately, so I don't know.
Yeah, he's got that Brock Lesnar fucking money now.
So, I don't know
He's
that
got Brock
he
contract.
I don't know that he needs a break per se, but you know, on TV they may need a break from him on TV. So I think that we won't just to keep the Bloodline storyline fresh. And you know, I know this happened with Stone Cold mostly due to injury, but there was a lot of we got a lot of breaks from Stone Cold. We got breaks from The Rock due to like Hollywood stuff, but we got breaks from Stone Cold due to injury and a little bit of Hollywood, but mostly injury and just, you know, rehab and especially the neck thing. So I think that, you know, in a modern day, somebody like Roman Reigns is much more like a Hulk Hogan.
The government is listening to everything that we talk about.
That's fine. They're more than welcome to listen to my theories on Roman Reigns.
Well, you saw how fast I got banned on Facebook that one night. That was like instant.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just got a Twitter update about a Trump tweet because we were just. Anywho, continue your.
Anyway, so I think that absence makes the heart grow fonder, and that we will lose Roman and the Bloodline for a minute, and they're gonna let, you know, whatever fallout from WrestleMania happens. They're gonna let that kind of breathe for a few weeks, and then we will see Roman probably at some point again in SummerSlam in August. So we'll probably see him, I'd say, late June.
That way.
Really?
Roman's not going to take any time off. He said it himself. Win,
I mean,
lose, or draw, he'll be there on Monday, bub.
They all say that though.
They all say that. I think that we won't see him as much. I'm not saying we won't see the Bloodline. I'm not saying he won't cut a promo.
They all say that.
I'm saying he won't wrestle a match. We probably won't.
He doesn't wrestle on fucking peasant television.
No, well, but he will.
He's the tribal chief. He's the head of the fucking table. He doesn't have time to grace you poor people with his presence.
April.
I forgot. You don't want Cody Rhodes to win. You're like a fucking bitch right now.
April.
No, actually, I'm all in on Cody Rhodes winning.
Are you? Yeah.
Man, how shocking would it be if Cody didn't win? At this
I
point,
I really wouldn't be surprised at all, actually.
So, like, you're the only one. Like, but I think that you're part of a minority that, like, if Cody doesn't win, I'm just saying, if Cody doesn't win, that
I forgot my opinion doesn't matter around here.
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying that if Cody doesn't win, the internet fallout the next day is going to be bigger than anything the internet wrestling community has seen in a long, long time.
Well, good. That'll be great for Monday.
Hey,
Sure
and
will.
do you know what that means? That means clicks. And do you know what clicks generate? Money.
I
Sure.
like money.
You know what I'm saying? Miss me with that bullshit.
How crazy would it be if, like, Cody doesn't win at WrestleMania and the internet loses its fucking mind, but then he wins at Backlash?
You know what?
Or something like that.
So here's the long and the short of it. I would love to see Cody Rhodes as the fucking WWE champion, just because that's just fucking Triple H taking his shit, flopping it on Tony Khan's table, and saying, "Look what I did, bud." Right? But like, the business doesn't need that to happen.
No.
I've not seen or felt any slowdown in what Roman's doing, Roman's dominance, the way that the bloodline storyline continues to evolve. Like, I mean, the business would be just fine if Cody Rhodes did.
I'm just saying it would be crazy for a minute if
so. Like, so here's the thing, okay? Do I believe that Cody Rhodes is going to win at WrestleMania? Absolutely. Do I think that needs to happen? Absolutely not. And come Monday after WrestleMania, if Roman Reigns is still the champion, I'm going to tell everybody that I fucking told you so.
I mean, it would. I would still. Honestly, that might be more compelling television, right? Like, it could be, because we expect a big payoff for WrestleMania, but what do we expect post WrestleMania, right? Post WrestleMania, we kind of expect, like, some sort of.
Let me drop something. Let me drop a scenario into all three of your laps, right? Let's say night one, the main event is Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
And it is, yeah.
Okay. All right. Allegedly. Okay. We don't know until we know. All right. Just because the dirt sheets are reporting it doesn't mean that it's actually going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
However, let's just hear me out on this. Let's just say that night one ends. Okay. Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley. And Charlotte Flair retains? Okay. I believe that Cody Rhodes will win.
Mm-hmm.
But if Rhea Ripley wins, I'm not going to be so sure that Cody's going to beat Roman.
So I'm pretty certain that Rhea's going to win. I actually hadn't contemplated the thought that Rhea would lose. I do think that Rhea wins.
I agree.
That being said, I don't know what that does to night two, because, you know, clearly they're unrelated, about as unrelated storyline wise.
I don't know if Pat's phone died. But like, oh, there he is. Okay. I was just making sure, like,
Gotta give him a phone charger.
my man.
I just figured he had to poop, and
I mean that happens around here sometimes too.
He just didn't want
do
the
that with
video
you
on
all the
while he
time.
pooped. I feel like that.
Yeah, you would.
I feel like
So,
that's
but anyways, listen. I mean, I just still don't understand how you guys don't believe that I've made a compelling argument that Roman could retain. Neither
No,
one of you.
I mean, I think he could. I mean, I've kind of part of me has always thought that, like, man, what if they do? Because remember they did this to Roman though. Like they built Roman up and then they had him lose to Brock at WrestleMania. This happened in what 2018?
Yes, but at the same point in time, the fans were just rejecting Roman at that point.
They were.
Like he had just been just shoved down our fucking throats for so long, and it's like, I mean, they're accepting Cody,
Yeah.
which makes this all the more compelling, right? So,
But still, what if they do it anyway?
I just don't know that from a money-making perspective that the WWE is ready to move on from both of their top champions.
Well,
As far as media and public relations is concerned.
Well, I think that media and public relations for Cody is really the big deal, right? They want the guy who's gonna, be handsome, be young, go out there.
Right. But like all
in a
of
suit.
the media and PR shit that Cody's doing is really all second and third tier, right? We've not seen Cody on the Today Show. I mean, maybe that's something that will happen if he does win at WrestleMania, because they generally have a spot for those guys, the day after WrestleMania or SummerSlam or whatever. But like that's the kind of shit Roman does. Roman does fucking Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
And Roman does fucking, the Today Show. Charlotte Flair goes to all the red carpet events. Like, where's Cody fit in? Yeah, Cody looks great in a suit. But is he ready for that?
Talk about his dad on the Tonight Show.
Well, is Cody ready for that? Yeah, I think Cody could do. That I think is the prime reason, really, is that Cody could absolutely fill that role. That being said, to your point, because Charlotte obviously also fills that role. If they take the title off of Charlotte,
I mean, for fuck's sake, bud, they knew Becky Lynch was going to the Kids' Choice Awards, and they put a fucking tag team championship on her so that she could go be amongst the little kids with fucking some gold on her fucking shoulder.
Well, and the gold
and a nonsensical storyline.
Let's not forget what the gold looks like too. It's got that big logo. They've all got that big logo on it too. So it's a matter of who's going and who's carrying those belts. But at the same time, what do those belts look like?
Well, I mean, most of them.
I mean, I guess not the Intercontinental.
Really tag team, women's tag team.
The women's tag team.
United States.
No, the United States now has the big W.
No, it does not. It's right there, bub.
No, you're right. Okay, it just says champion on it real big.
No, it does not, bub. It's got a big old fucking eagle on it. That's a good looking belt.
Like eagly from we're talking about, like,
bro, that's probably a championship belt that I own.
Do you really want to taste it? Has anybody watched Peacemaker?
No.
Yeah. Oh my God, watch Peacemaker. John Cena's in it. This is wrestling related. John Cena's the lead character. Watch it. It's great. It's like 8 episodes, 8 half-hour episodes. It's great. Watch it.
I don't really ever watch any of the Marvel movies or anything. It's like
it's not Marvel, movie, it's DC.
Bro,
come on,
bro.
I don't know.
Look at this.
What? Yeah.
Okay, I see it. It's got eagly on it.
And you have one. What's the problem?
And that's for John Cena. So they can have eagly.
Like, this is what it used to look like. So there's your big WW, but like that, this is not a marketing piece right here. This is an actual fucking championship, motherfucker. Like, come on, man. Just goddamn disrespectful, you know. Like I just don't. I just don't know what to do with you sometimes.
I sit here on the island of irrelevancy.
Yo, I had a shit morning. Let's talk about how shitty my morning was. Can we talk about that?
Go ahead, because my morning wasn't great either. So let's talk about it.
I broke my glasses this morning. Okay. And then I went upstairs and I got ready for work. Got a shower and I sat down on my bed, put my socks on, and the bed broke. So I had to fix the bed.
Jeez.
So then I put my fucking sock on and had a giant hole in the toe.
It's the worst.
Which is
that's almost worse than the bed breaking.
It's like real fucking annoying, right?
That's almost worse.
Like today's supposed to be a lucky day.
Not for
It
you.
is.
Why did so much bad things happen to me this morning?
Nothing bad happened to me today, but I still had a bad day. Like
I had a great day. I
woke
besides
up.
that little girl telling me she'd wrap her shamrocks around my neck.
I mean, that's not like I don't. What are her shamrocks? Really?
I don't know, Tom. I don't know what she was talking
really
to.
the like what was she talking about?
I mean,
like that's
I've got to
that
feel like
really that's is it like are they?
I got to feel like it's inappropriate.
It's not appropriate, but like, was she just gonna give you a hug? Were they her arms? Were they her legs?
She wanted you to touch her tits. That's where they.
I was being subtle about it. And here comes Pat, just fucking.
That started just like PG-13. We're drinking.
Oh, bro, you couldn't have timed that any better, man. Like, you really couldn't have.
And truthfully, if she was gonna wrap her tits around Walt's neck, what did her tits look? Were they were that long?
They were crazy.
Woo! Like
Do
that.
you remember the story that he just told about the big girls that he attracts on soccer fields?
They were plentiful.
Imagine what happens at work. He goes in looking all good. He wears his vest. His
I did have my. Oh, you saw a picture of me today. That doesn't count.
He looks good, man.
I did wear my cowboy hat today.
Did you walk around with a cowboy hat on?
Oh, fuck yeah, all the time. So,
I mean,
so
I feel like
can I tell a story?
Right?
Can I tell a story? Let's tell a story. So, when Pat and I first became a thing, right? The first night that like we hung out was on a work thing, okay? That I had no business going on, but he made sure that I went because I didn't help them achieve this because I had just gotten there. So we went to a night out. Dinner, drinks, clubs, blast, limos, all kind. It was a great fucking night. First night, Pat and I had really like hung out.
Mm-hmm.
So we're standing outside a restaurant. Now, Derek, you'll know what I'm talking about. So we're standing outside a restaurant. You know, we're enjoying our evening, hanging out. Now, Derek, you know those hats that I wear that you always say look really fucking stupid on my face, on my head. You know, the little golf hats, the little cabbies.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a black one on. So we're standing out front. We're hanging out. So there's a thickum. Okay.
He was a 3.
It was a 3.
And Pat's like, I got this.
I'm good with 3s.
And he's like, she like walks
the guy
towards us.
specializes in 3s. This is mine.
She's like walking towards us, and he's like, I got this. And he's like, how you doing? She was like, oh, just waiting on my table. He's like, yeah. He's like, do you like his hat? And she was like, yeah, it's cute. And he took it off my head and he put it on. He goes, you like it better now, don't you? She's like, no, I don't. He's like, oh,
Wow.
oh.
Oh man.
I don't know that I could handle rejection like that in public. So
Right.
Pat, kudos.
So like, we start fucking giggling, you know, because it's a thing. Because Pat and I are both big dudes, you know. We both fancy ourselves. You know, we're good looking dudes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
I feel like it's called Big and Beautiful. Right?
This became the preface of our relationship, but I always got like just that first one. And you know, I mean,
It's tough
sorry,
to bounce
bud.
back from that. It is. It's tough to bounce back.
I fucking love you, bud.
Don't forget, they've been calling me fat since I was 10, and that's pretty hot and tempting. Don't forget it.
Shit. Hey, Derek.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
Hey.
wanted to ask Derek a question.
Okay, go ahead. Ask Derek a question.
So, number one, Derek, did you play the new AEW video game that we talked about the other night? Are you the greatest yet? I was just curious.
It's not out yet.
Oh, I thought it was out.
The new WWE one is. And I did try the Xbox One version or the Series X version.
I don't believe you.
I did. And guess what? You can look and see I've got achievements popped in it. There's no fucking slowdown. So, Tom, you're right.
It's just better on the
It's
Series
just
X.
better. It's really good. Yes.
Yeah,
It plays perfectly.
That's. I don't know why that's how
Wow.
it works. It feels
Wow, way
really.
to just let our audience down, Derek. You know, like I made a whole thumbnail and a whole show surrounded around you and your opinion, like a good friend. Because
it got like four
you know-
sentences into my opinion, and then he started yelling at me.
well, because you do dumb things, and I'm getting there. But like I love you, but like I just want you to listen to my story. Can I tell you a story, Derek? Can I
Yes,
tell you a
yes.
story? I'm gonna
You're
tell you a
kind
story.
of butt in. I was like trying to focus the show on Derek, and you're like, I'm taking over.
Yeah, but listen, Pat, I have to tell my story. Can I tell my story? So, you know, I'm so very proud of Derek behind the scenes, right? Like, and I'm like, hey, bud, like, you know, and the thing is, behind the scenes, I bust Derek's balls a lot because he said just exists here.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I mean, his
I
balls
have
are
that
there to
type
be
of
busted.
face
Okay,
His
with
balls
very
are there to
punchable
be
balls.
busted.
so I tell Derek, I'm like, hey man, like we're gonna talk about the new WWE video game tonight. I really just I want you to have your fucking time to shine. He's like, oh man, that's great, appreciate you. You know, like I want to apologize, and like I'm like, no, fuck all that. I'll put you over. Don't worry about it. I just want you to talk about the fucking video game. He's like, got you, right? So he texts me. I text him. I'm like, hey man, we're so good for tonight. He's like, yeah. I'm gonna take a nap though. I said, wait, you're gonna fucking do what? He's like, I'm gonna take a nap. I said, hey bud, we go live in 57 minutes. He goes, okay, question mark. I'm like, hey bud, if you take a fucking nap, that's called bedtime. All right? Like, you are not taking a fucking nap.
He said he didn't trust me.
I built
He
an
didn't
entire
trust me to
episode
take a nap.
around you. Okay? You need to be there. He's like, well, but like, I'm just going to take a quick nap. I said, Derek, I don't trust you to take a fucking quick nap. Right?
Rightfully
So-
so.
So I go through all of this to ensure that the thumbnail that I made and the show topic that I made gets followed through with. Only for Derek to come in here and say, well, I haven't even played the next gen console version yet. So, like, I can't tell you if it sucks or not.
I should have never even included that portion of it. I was just trying to be honest for you.
Yeah,
Should have played the next gen.
It's the new game, but it was just the Xbox One version on an Xbox Series X.
Yeah, no. Why? I don't know why you would do that. Like, just play the series. Just play the best version of the game. Start out there. Start there, and then once you've done all the shit in the best version, be like, oh, I'm gonna go collect achievements in the shittier version.
Hey, you did see. I did this to you because you deserved this stern talking to from Tom.
But listen,
Okay.
there's a reason
No,
behind
no,
why I do
no.
this. I tell
No.
you, there is. Yes.
No, there's not a method to this. Like you start at the top and then you work your way down.
No,
Okay?
because he only wants to have to achieve those achievements once, even though on paper it's twice.
Yes.
So
So what
he's
I
a-
do is
so
do
he's a
the shit
cheater.
on the lower level one.
You know
then
what?
I
You're not
go
number
to the
one in the
upper level.
world anymore. You're a fucking cheater.
Cheater. I'm gonna go get the game.
You're fucking steroid trial, Derek. That's what you are.
I'm not gonna
Steroid
I'm not
trial?
gonna play it.
Oh my god. You're gonna Lance Armstrong me? Seriously?
Fucking HVH over here. Human video game. What fuck? I'm fucked.
It's human video game hormone. Is that what it is?
Thanks.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
pal, for mopping up my mess. I appreciate
You're welcome. You're welcome.
you. I appreciate you.
I mean, it's not growth. He's just a little guy.
He is just a little guy.
Hey, since like I feels like I'm an honorary member of the One Fall WrestleCast, how about we make a shirt for the big boy? I'll wear it proudly in West Virginia.
Hey, bud, I got one.
You got one?
I told you I was gonna make you one. I'd get you one the next time I saw you.
Feel like he's pointing at it and it exists.
Oh, I
Looking
believe
over
he'll
there.
make it. I
Is
believe
it
he'll
folded
make
or is it like?
Dude, it's like way over there. I'm real
it.
high.
Yeah, you don't gotta get out, dude. Looks good.
I got you though. Silver one.
That's what I like.
Silver's good. It's a
Don't
good
make me
color.
go put my Macho Man shirt on. I got one right now. I'll put it
Ooh,
on.
yeah. Hey, you know what, Pat? I'm a terrible friend. Can I tell you why?
You owe me like a wrestling shirt, I think, don't you?
No,
Made a
not
bet
only that.
and I won. I think we did. You owe me
Yeah.
2 wrestling shirts.
That's not how that story goes. But so, you remember when you went to Mexico
I remember.
and you brought me
3
that
minutes.
gift for the boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still sitting over here.
Yeah, I didn't get a
You could
gift.
show them and tell them which ones I picked out for you guys and see if
No,
they
you
like
know what? I'm going to get them, but I want you to tell them. Hold on. Hey, because true story, they know that this exists, but they just don't know what it is.
No idea.
Dude,
Is he talking about us?
Yeah,
Yeah,
us. We know that something exists that Walt's about to go get, but we don't know
If
what
he
it is.
got up, it's fucking badass.
Oh.
So while Walt's gone, how busted are your brackets right now?
I don't even do them.
Yeah, I've
I'm
got
like
nothing.
a
I mean,
little diva. When Ohio State's not in it, I'm like, fuck it.
I didn't do it either, but it's I just kind of filled one out for fun, and it's busted. Hey, Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio's joined the chat. Everybody. Booyaka, booyaka! Booyaka, booyaka!
Man.
619.
Nacho! I am the luchador.
Nacho Libre, Rey Mysterio. So, okay, before you tell this, so I went to Walmart with my dad today in Weirton, of all places to go to Walmart, and they had a display of new wrestling figures that was picked over to no end, and the only figures in this display were like 6 of The Rock in his like $1,000 shirt, and like the white and gold one with black highlights.
Oh, yeah, no trauma.
Yeah, and the other one was Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio looked like, I picked it up. I'm like, is this Rey? Like, it says Rey Mysterio, but it absolutely 100% looks like Penta, because he's got not only he's got the Rey Mysterio mask on, but it's black and white. And I'm like, Rey don't wear black and like that's not a thing that Rey wears. But also his mouth is painted like a skull. So I'm like, they made Rey Mysterio Penta?
He had a Sierra Miero day.
Yeah, it was Zero Miero Rey Mysterio. So that there's one of them at the Walmart in Weirton.
Oh, bro, you should have bought it.
No,
No, you should have bought it.
they were $28 or
Nah,
something
you
like
should have
that.
bought
It's
it.
ridiculous.
If it was
Like,
that bad, you should have bought it. I'm disappointed you didn't buy it.
it was. I
Still
mean,
there.
the quality of it was good, but it's like this isn't,
Okay, who
this is-
cares? That's funny. You should have bought that.
It was funny, but it was Penta. It was Penta with a Rey mask on.
So Pat bought us all Rey Mysterio masks last year.
Wait! Now I'm upset. You mean there's been a goddamn Rey Mysterio mask for me in your goddamn house for a whole fucking year, and I haven't had a goddamn Rey Mysterio mask in my.
What are you doing?
They're made in Mexico, dude. Like,
And they're like Mexican,
What?
they're like, yeah. You got the laces on the back, like.
No shit. Go Mexico.
show them the other
Buddy,
one.
I may never take that off again.
Show them the other one.
So there's this like green, red, and
I'm about to
golden.
be in my Rey Mysterio era, and Walt's just withholding the Rey Mysterio era of Tom.
Okay, and then here's this this black, white, and green one.
Nice. That one's cool.
That was cool.
And then there's this sexy motherfucker.
Oh, the red.
Ooh.
Oh my god, that's almost what it was.
You already stretched out the green one.
Well, but listen, but here's the thing. Pat bought each one of these specifically for us, and I'm going to let him explain why.
Well, that's Tom's. I think.
Ooh.
I would have been wearing that like
Yeah.
the last year,
And I said it because
nonstop.
it's flashy, but it's sharp. And that's what I liked about that one for Tom.
I love that. Oh my god.
And then this one I actually think is the winner of all of the masks myself, because it's like, dude,
That's pretty slick.
I'm
It
down.
is just badass.
when you wear that
That's
thing
good
to
shit.
stop the Crocs, I mean, come on, man.
That's slick.
Oh.
That's that. I mean, the green. They're all they're all so authentic.
Dude, it is. It's crazy.
All three of those masks are better than the one that Ray is wearing in the new action figure that is $27 at Walmart.
So I know we're playing. I know that the three of us have plans. I'll make sure that.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's amazing.
We're def hanging out next week, so I'm taking that home. In fact, I might wear it. I might
We'll
drive
take a group,
home.
go to
I might drive home in the mask and just go. And
Hey,
see what
I don't recommend that.
Oh.
Okay, because when the pandemic started, I bought that Kalisto mask, and that was like my pandemic barrier, right? I don't suggest.
But like that one had the mouth part too.
Well, yeah.
I'm just saying. Funniest thing about the pandemic was Glenn Jacobs complaining about people wearing masks when he totally wore a mask for like 20 years with covered his face. He fucking wrestled in it. Like, buddy, you put on 20-minute like wrestling matches in a mask that just was like thick, like fucking wood that had this little slit in it, and fucking now you're like, people can't wear these breathable masks. They're gonna suffocate. It's like, buddy, you wrestled in a mask that looked like it would choke most humans.
You know what the problem is they should have just came out and said, listen, you can wear Rey Mysterio masks to work, all right? And people would be like, all right, I guess.
People would be like,
yes,
booyaka,
all right.
booyaka!
Yeah, like, the workforce would have been happy. Fuck yeah! All right,
I mean,
then,
maybe you
I
would
can
have,
do
maybe
that.
you would have got COVID because it was not going to protect you from that. But would everybody have been happy? Yes.
Would you have looked cool doing it? Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look,
Survival of the fittest.
Look, I don't mind. I don't want to. I'm not like excited to die, but when I die, I just want to look cool doing it. And I feel like there's no better way to look cool dying than in a Rey Mysterio mask. Man's about to be a Hall of Famer.
Pennsylvania man pulled over with Rey Mysterio mask on it.
You still talking about this?
Yes.
Oh,
I
fuck.
told you were supposed to give it to him, man.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
I was 100% supposed to give it to him.
It's
Fucked up.
such a cool like I'm
Listen, here's the
smiling so
thing.
hard now because I know what it is. That
Here's
like
the
I
thing.
can feel
They're,
cramps.
they're,
up here.
they're
idea.
sitting. They've been sitting over here on my table, right? And it's like every time I walk by them, I'm like, "Fuck! I need to get this to the guys."
What's
I walk-
shocking is that like we've seen you like half a dozen times, like in person.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
maybe even a little bit more than maybe more like a dozen. I feel like it's been like once a month because I do randomly pop in like I've got a day off. I'm gonna go hang out at the Roadhouse, and I sit there and I order potato soup. I'm like, "Where's Walt?" And they're like, "He's around," and I'm like, "All right, well, tell him I'm sitting here eating potato soup." And they're like, "All right, we will."
And then
I'm just
Mercedes pounces her happy ass back her and goes, "Tom's at the bar. You should come out and say hi."
Is that how she says it?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, now I feel like that's like there's love. Because I like Mercedes. She's great. She's so nice to me. I don't know why, but she is.
She's fucking nice to everybody.
Well, I'm just saying that like when people are really nice to me, the fact that it still happens a lot.
I mean,
but I'm still
The,
generally
the
shocked.
poor woman has to hear our voices 7 days a week.
I don't know why. I mean,
Because
she doesn't have
Sean
to.
just listened, her husband just listens to the backlog of catalog every single day.
I see. How have I not met him? I feel like I want to meet him because like I feel very I feel like I should have met him also. 'Cause,
Listen,
like,
the last time when we were there for AEW, no, we went to Raw after. No,
Raw.
AEW. Raw
When
was
was-
first. Raw was first.
okay.
Dude was pissed that she didn't tell him that we were there.
I mean, we could
So
have
at their wedding,
weeks ago.
I had to hear about the fact that she didn't tell him that we were there. I can make that happen.
I mean, let's just have him come too. What's so hard about like? Look, I feel like going to wrestling shows is about the most all-inclusive thing that anybody
just
can do.
come on.
I would literally go to a wrestling show. The list of people I wouldn't go to a wrestling show with is so short. It's probably like Donald Trump, and maybe that's it.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes.
Would you go with Mike Pence?
Actually, yeah. You know what? Just for how interesting it might be.
What about the old prick with the
stand
jowls
you.
down here from Kentucky? That he looks like the Crypt Keeper?
Are you talking about the dude,
Mitch
what's Mitch
McConnell?
We're talking about
Yeah.
Mitch, yeah,
the
Turtle
dude that's
Man.
got problems?
Yeah, I don't think I'd
I don't
Okay,
know that
okay,
he's healthy
okay,
enough to go to a
I'd
wrestling
like
show.
him in the knee.
Wah, wah.
Why are you like an 18-wheeler?
I can't believe that fucking worked. Does anybody know what April 19th is?
No.
I mean,
Derek?
420's Eve.
Patrick? $4.19 is what we call around here Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And on said Wednesday, our favorite live event to attend is at the Peterson Event Center.
So, actually, I'm curious because it's been way less of a good TV show. So I'm wondering what the live show looks like.
I propose that. Are you going to be up here like the totality of that week, bud?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I mean, we live here, so it's not.
What day?
It's so you said you're coming up on that Sunday the 16th. This would be Wednesday the 19th. Are you just like staying up here? You going to visit Amy's family? Like, is that your plan?
No, it's just I'm off Monday.
But we go like 3 days after said Sunday.
I think. Are you leaving on Saturday?
I am leaving on Friday.
No, Saturday is a day early. You're leaving 2 days early?
No, bud. We're supposed to be there on the 21st. I'm going on Thursday.
What?
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Anywho, I propose that the four of us go to the AEW Dynamite show.
Sold.
That's not hard.
Remind me, I don't give a fuck. I'll take it off.
I mean, it's the day before we leave, bud.
I fly to Charleston.
It's the day before you guys leave.
Somebody get the tickets. I'll Venmo you, and let's just go.
Why
Let's
don't you
do
guys
it.
just come to Charleston?
I'll take care of it. Hey, real quick, since friend of the show Pat Martin's never been, I'm gonna buy some better tickets. We cool with that?
Whatever.
I gotta go to WWE if it's my first one.
Whatever. I don't care.
AEW is a great live show, Pat.
It is. It's a
Promise.
great live, and the Peterson Event Center is.
It's
really
a way
good.
better live show than any WWE show, except for a house show that you will go to.
Yeah,
Promise.
it's a really good. It's the live show is because they have the
And
announcement.
it'll be a really good opportunity for you to get invested in that product.
I mean, don't get your hopes up to be super invested
Oh,
in
this
AEW after the fact, but you're gonna have a good time, and that's a true story.
I'll look into that.
I don't know, man. We're flying out of Charleston. I don't know.
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about it because I won't start looking until tomorrow.
If Pat's not going, I mean, we can get the standard shitty seats behind the Titantron, but
Yeah, so the three of us are down, but I want Pat to be able to.
yeah, no, I bring Pat. Like, let's do that because then we can yeah, absolutely. That sounds like a good time. We may have to not take the ye ol' because I don't think I can cram everybody in the back seat of the.
Sorry, we'll take the Jeep. It'll work out real well.
But
Shotgun.
Floor
Oh, yeah,
seats are
that's
from
That's a given, bud.
$90 to
Derek-
$94.
Oh, Derek's already looking. Heard 90 to 94. That's actually not that bad.
really, for floor seats?
We'll
Hold
listen.
on, let me
here's the
really
thing, though.
look.
Didn't
Floor
we pay $80 to sit in the fucking bleachers last week?
No. Yes, we did. We paid $65 a piece, plus taxes and fees,
Yeah,
to sit behind the jumbotron,
yeah.
which was
I mean,
still
those
great
are cool
seats.
seats because, we walked out and there was a fold-out table with a lot of beer, but still, it was, it was we were like.
I love the fact that AEW comes to Pittsburgh around 420 every year, and then we get special Derek, right? So Pat, last year, and we tell the story on the podcast a lot, and I'm sure you've probably heard it a lot, right? Derek was on another fucking planet last year when we went to AEW. Okay, I was in orbit, but Derek was on another fucking
He
planet.
was gone. Well, he wasn't the dude that fell over 3 sets of
That guy was
seats
so drunk.
and then popped up with a title belt like.
Where did it come from?
I don't know.
Did he craft it when he was laying on the ground?
Maybe he found a bunch of drink holsters and some other shit and somehow made a title belt and showed up it popped up like he was fucking Roman Reigns.
Derek was on another fucking planet. Yeah, let's look into that here in a little bit. I think that'll be a good time.
It's been a good time every time thus far, so I don't
Yes.
see why it wouldn't be.
It seems like it's genuinely $94.
I mean, that's only a little bit more than we paid to go last time.
it's really not
Oh.
that's it. Fees and everything is what I'm saying.
Oh, excuse me,
$94
sir.
times 4.
Hey, Tom, did you look in the group chat? I must have really hurt fucking little Derek's feelings, bro.
He did.
Because I questioned.
Oh, he's got stuff out
Questioning
here.
me.
He's showing that wrestling games, he's number one on the Expo. He's number one by 1,000
Yeah,
gamer.
it's like not even close.
That's not like Saint of Satan is not like your wrestling game score is higher than my entire Xbox game score. Like
You like to play against people?
my Xbox gamer score from Xbox 360. I've owned every Xbox console from Xbox 360 to now. Derek's my gamer score is something like 28,000. Just in wrestling games, Derek's at 31.
Shit.
I've like completed like Dark Souls and fucking like lots of shit. I've completed lots of like old Spider-Man games and some wrestling games and a lot of things. And Derek is all of Gears of War, all of Halo.
Like you can tell that like when I attacked Derek's gamer fucking score that like I really hurt his feelings.
That's really
like
like you can attack how tall Derek is. Derek will just chuckle about it and tell you that like, oh yeah, I'm like 4'3" and yada yada. But like if you attack his gamer score for wrestling games, he is like
We're gonna talk about it.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
hey bud. I mean, like Barry Bonds has the single most home runs in a season too. Like, there's an asterisk next to
Wow. You're gonna put an asterisk by what I got going on?
that. I mean, I'm just saying, bud. Like, you're reaching double achievements by doing
Yeah.
half the work. Like,
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
That's
You're
fucked
not-
up, dude.
You are not a good friend.
No. You're
I
terrible.
mean, it's all right there, Barry Cheerios. You know.
He's just
Cherry
not
motherfucker.
number one at something, and he's not
I-
number one at
God. You're such a
I'm
bitch.
number one in your heart, big guy.
Oh, for sure. That's real.
I'm number one in something, bud.
Not video games.
I can't believe this, Matt. I can't believe this. I didn't look up what the TNT schedule was, but fucking Rampage ain't going on till like midnight tonight.
What?
'Cause
Oh,
it's
there's a
still
basketball
March Madness.
game on
Yeah,
TNT.
it's
I
still
bet.
March Madness.
Oh,
Rampage isn't happening.
I
Rampage
didn't bet at all today.
Rampage is going to be like 100K viewers, if that. Like it's going to start high because of like the fallout from from the basketball game lead in.
They're fucked.
It's going to drop like a fucking stone.
Because they're still gonna have to do TNT post game. Like,
yeah,
I mean, Charles Barkley gotta get paid.
I'm just saying this isn't like
It's terrible.
And there's 12
Dude,
minutes
Charles
left.
Barkley's awesome.
There's 12 minutes left in this half. And
Charles Barkley was in Morgantown like 3 weeks ago for Coach Huggins fish fry, and like I wanted to buy tickets to go,
Well,
but it sold out in like 32 seconds.
yeah.
That would have been a fucking real
Just
good
think
night.
about this. Charles Barkley was the same height as I am, being the best player in the NBA or second best player in a couple seasons.
Well,
I mean,
He won MVP.
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
before
the year
Jordan-
that Jordan and fucking Pippen swept him out of the fucking finals, he won the
That's true,
MVP.
yeah.
I mean, that's Jordan Pippen.
I mean, it was, regular season. Regular season's important. Kinda.
Pat, who you got winning the national championship?
Not Memphis.
I haven't looked.
Did you do the bracket pool?
Mhm.
Memphis
good for
out
you.
here struggling against fucking Florida Atlantic.
I'm a bitch,
Hey.
man. The Buckeyes aren't in it. Fuck it.
Hey man, North Carolina didn't even accept a fucking NIT bid, and WVU lost to fucking Maryland.
Man, WVU really dropped the ball. Like, if anybody was, I feel like WVU broke everybody's bracket, right? Like, everybody
Couple
was
people,
like,
sure.
all right, WVU's got to win one, right? They got to win the first.
Who
round.
was the big one that lost? Was it Forum?
Oh, Purdue lost today.
Purdue lost?
Yep, that was
mean,
a 116.
Yeah, I mean, Purdue really probably everybody's bracket's busted now. Like this is.
Oh,
gonna
I mean,
be-
after day one, I think that on ESPN.com it was like 0.000003 of perfect brackets remained, and that was like going into day 2.
Yeah.
I think everybody's shit's busted after Purdue lost.
Well, I mean, I think Purdue and WVU really were the big ones, and then Pitt won today.
Virginia losing to Furman is a way bigger deal than WVU losing to fucking Maryland in an 8-9 matchup.
And then Pitt won today too.
Yes, they did. I won some money on that shit.
Well, that's good. I'm just saying, Pitt busted a few brackets too. Although I had Pitt, although my bracket was already busted, I had Pitt winning.
I had Pitt winning today too, and then I put money on them on top too. But yeah, NCAA tournament's been fun so far. Always a good time.
Far it's like this is day 3, right?
2.
This is we're still. Okay, it's 11 o'clock. Right, it's still day 2. It's almost day 3. We're mostly done with day 2.
Yeah, you probably got game and a half left right now. Are you trimming your nails, motherfucker?
Generally, yeah. You don't do that, right?
This fucking guy.
I know. It's just who
I
I
got a
am.
Cavs game to watch. I'm a Cavs fan.
Yeah, hell yeah, you are. What?
You're not gonna catch me with snaggly ass long.
Derek doesn't even know what a basketball looks like, Pat.
Oh, hell no. I don't play sports. Fuck that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but like other people do, and you can watch it on TV. Like,
oh yeah, I'll watch basketball.
It doesn't mean you have to like.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, well, when I'm
trying to see what these seats would look like.
I'm trying to see what these seats would look like if we bought the tickets to go to the WEA.
Like, you can't wrestle either, but like,
friend of the show, Patrick Martin. So I'm just looking at tickets and fucking parties of 4.
Man, I would
love paying attention to the fact that Pat's here hanging out with us. I'd much rather just look at the prospects of possibly hanging out later on in life.
I would love to see Derek take a bump. I feel like that's.
I'm gonna fuck him up on TV one day, like right here on the show. I'm just gonna that door behind him. That door behind him, you know what I'm talking about? That the little girl comes busting through every once in a while, and it's like, right? One day you're just gonna see me. I'm gonna come busting through that fucking thing. I'm just gonna fuck Derek up right there in that room on that frame. I'm gonna be here, but I'm not gonna be here. I'm gonna be fucking right there.
Do it. It'll be fun. It'll be you. Can't wait.
I'm gonna fuck you up. Like, I'm gonna carry across you right to the back of the fucking head, but like for real, like, as hard as I fucking can. You might die.
I might.
Don't
hurt have me.
I die. Pat, do you have more questions, bud?
Nah.
Cool. How's everybody feeling? We want to keep rolling. What are we doing?
I don't care. It's up to you guys. I'm not. All I have to do tomorrow is wake up and go to Weirton and eat potato pancakes and like ham, and probably some soda bread and whatever else my mom made. So,
like, I'm good to keep rolling. I just want to make sure y'all were good.
We got more stuff to talk about. I'm
probably gonna head off, my friends. I got a wife that's hungry. I gotta make her some food.
Hey, bud.
Go feed her.
Appreciate you.
Remember, I'm ugly, so I feel like all the small things, you know.
Hey, bud. We appreciate you being here. As a matter of fact,
buddy, your hair and your beard are on point. It's not about
looking good.
It's not about you're not ugly. It's about having the other things on point.
Yeah, I'm a solid 9.
It's just that hat wasn't for her, Fuck her.
It's fine. It's all good.
Maybe I did.
I think Walt should wear better hats that would look better on you, and then that would have never happened. You should just take the cowboy hat next time.
This hat would be tremendous on everybody because it's just black. and it's got some sweat stains on it, but that's okay.
Hey,
Well,
real talk, BP, and then we'll let you go because you want to go do your thing. Listen, if Freestyle Friday becomes a thing, we would love to have you join us again.
Oh yeah, I'll try, man. You know me.
So
It all depends.
I mean, we'll see how it works out moving forward. Hey man, we appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. Hey everybody, give a round of applause for friend of the show, Pat Martin.
get a pat.
Hey
Yeah.
bud,
Thank
have
you.
a good
Fuck
night.
you. Bye.
Appreciate you. Hey man, that was really fucking cool. Pat came and hung out with us.
Yeah.
Sure
I
was.
really enjoyed that a lot.
And now that I know that there's been a Rey Mysterio mask at your house for a year,
Bro, I'm so sorry.
I'd have made a bigger effort to come get it.
I'm so
If I'd have
sorry.
known it was that, I was like, it's probably a t-shirt. But now I know it's a Rey Mysterio mask. Good God. From Mexico, of all places.
So I text Pat earlier and I was like, hey man, like we're doing this like Friday thing. We don't know like what it is really. We're just hanging out, bullshit. We
No,
would
Friday
love-
things like this are good. They're good for my one, things like this are like, oh, fun. I get to do something fun. And then two, it's like, oh, good. Because usually, like on Friday, like I'm not like the going at kind of guy on Friday. So it's like, oh, I have something to do. I can watch wrestling. And oh, good. Oh my God. Oh, good. Here comes Rampage. It's happening. Or there's at least a commercial. AEW Rampage next after NCAA. Yeah, this shit is not going to start till midnight. NCAA or Rampage is going to be what I watch while I fall asleep. We're on, although maybe it'll be live live at 10 p.m. for the West Coast audience. Good God. Over under. Let's make a bet. Over under. What do we think the Rampage? Not just a friendly bet. What do we think the Rampage viewership's going to be tonight?
275.
3.
I'm gonna say 210.
It's probably gonna be like 150,000.
Wow, yeah, we could all be way wrong. It could be like,
Bro, like what if it goes sub 100? I mean, after midnight.
oh my God. I mean, that would be like, are they gonna have like Girls Gone Wild fucking commercials going on? I've not watched like cable TV after midnight since I've been like 17 or so. And you know, back in day when I could watch like, you know, the recordings of the Howard Stern show on VH1 at 1 a.m., you know, when we were in high school, and for whatever reason I didn't need to sleep because I don't know what type of human I was in high school, but it wasn't one that needed sleep. That's
I
clearly
still
changed.
don't need sleep.
I mean, that's changed for me, but anyway, to watch it, you know, it's probably what I'll fall asleep to later, or just maybe some basketball because there's still 10 minutes left in the second half. It's you know, a matter of how many people are going to stay up this late on a Friday and not just go, oh, it's basketball. Okay, I guess I'm not watching tonight. It could be. What if it's sub 100? That would be nuts.
I mean, that might be a death blow.
I mean, they have a solid excuse because it wouldn't go on. I mean, it's already 11:25, but man, like, what if it's on at 10 p.m. West Coast time? Like that's fucking. It's 1 a.m. It's gonna start at 1 a.m. Yeah, that could be. It could be sub 100. You're right. I don't hoping
think that goes over well, bro. Like,
no, I don't think it does either. I think that creates a fight between the network and the promotion. Truthfully, I think that the promotion goes, you cannot put us on at 1 a.m. Like that's a death knell. Nobody's up at 1 a.m. even on a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's 1 a.m. is time to show a repeat of something, not like brand new television.
It's
Like,
something that they knew they had to be going into whenever they were going into the contract by signing with TNT, TBS, whichever. It was
well,
the
and
same
now,
thing with WCW. They couldn't have thought it was going to be any different. Genuinely.
I mean, WCW didn't get weird time slots like 1 a.m. though. Like, I feel like
Not this
Thunder.
weird.
I feel like Thunder maybe got pushed back a little bit sometimes, but it wasn't pushed to 1 a.m. It was pushed from like 8 to like 9. And it wasn't like 1 a.m. It was like, oh, it's on by 9. They're starting in the 10 p.m. time slot, which has been a death knell for this show basically since its inception. And now here we are approaching probably what's going to be literally a post midnight start date or start time.
Yeah, because if you look at on my guide, actually, it says it's supposed to start 11:30. But there's, like,
Nope.
saying 8 minutes in this
Yeah,
game left.
there's 8 minutes left, and then there's post game. So they're not going to cut post
You
game.
really think they'll do post game?
They
Or
do.
they'll be like, oh,
100%.
change the channel. Fucking.
No, 100%. There's going to be post game, and then after the post game,
yeah, 100% going to be post game.
yeah, they're not cutting post game coverage for fucking
No?
pre-taped wrestling. No, they're just not doing that. Like, this isn't, and not pre-taped. They're not cutting post game coverage for
Jade
pre-taped
Cargill
wrestling.
needs to come out.
For pre-taped wrestling, but they're not cutting it for pre-taped wrestling that only does 450K viewers anyway.
Yeah.
Like, there's no incentive.
Oh, you know what? They're gonna pop a big number at the beginning.
They might actually. It might be. They might get 500 or 600K viewers right at the start, and then that shit's gonna drop like, pew. It's gonna be like, all right, first segment peaks at 830,000 viewers, but then the last segment is going to have like 38 viewers. It's going to be that bad. It's
just basically streaming sites.
I mean, pretty much.
That's 38 of them right there.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty poor.
Hey, Derek.
Hey.
You've been awfully quiet, bud.
I'm sorry. Why?
He said sorry and got quiet.
You all right? Or what?
Yeah.
He's got the snapback AEW hat on, so he must be good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm very good.
Just making sure.
I need a Yoo-hoo. I know that.
I need a shower and a cup of tea. A cup of tea.
Sounds
A
nice.
spot of tea.
You know, I wish I had decaf coffee.
I'm telling you, bud. Go with. So I do Aldi delivery orders, and fucking just get their like sleepy time mint tea, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's like you drink it, and it's like there's like a heavy blanket put on you, and you just go, okay.
What are you talking about? The delivery orders?
Instacart. I mean,
like someone brings it to your house.
Yeah, like I don't know if they have that. They have that down in the holler, but
no.
If you do Instacart, it's like, buddy. I mean, so I hate to go to the grocery store. It's my least favorite thing ever. So it costs about $15 more. To do.
But someone straight up shops for you.
Somebody will shop for you, and that's with tip. Like, and somebody will shop for you, and they'll bring it to your house and leave it on your front porch. And you know, it's not always great. Like, it's not always like super right or anything like that. But, you know, it's generally like 95% correct, and it's like, you know, I'd say the worst thing is like, all right, I want a whole chicken. Don't buy me the organic one. And they're like, they're out of the non-organic one. Time for your $13 chicken. And I'm like, I didn't want a $13 chicken, but it's, you know, so that's the kind of long and short of it. But man, is it like the nicest thing ever is just to wave to somebody like, thank you, and like bring in like groceries, and like you didn't have to go shop for them.
Yeah.
You can put them away. They're
Mhm.
right. You have all the food, and the experience of like putting it together is so like you can have your list and then you just use a search function. So you're not walking around a stupid ass store going,
Yeah.
where the fuck is the ginger?
Yeah.
You're-
I mean,
like,
that's the same thing we do with Walmart, but we just drive to Walmart and they put it in my trunk.
I mean that too. That it's the same way, but it's
Yeah.
just it's one of those things for me for Instacart to like it comes I'm at home anyway. I'm working from home, so it shows up while I'm already at work. So it's like I'm getting paid whilst the groceries are showing up. And it's the way.
Very convenient.
Anyway, my point being with that was about the tea. Get the,
Oh,
all
yeah.
Spot of tea.
get this spot of mint tea, and it's literally like a nice warm blanket. It's put over you, and you just kind of go, oh.
That sounds nice.
It's so nice. It's so like it's mint, and then you wake up like refreshed and like I had mint tea and I'm good. And you're not like the only thing that I would say is tough about like drinking tea before bed is that like you got to pee because like tea for sure makes you pee, but otherwise. Anywho, what else we got to drink about besides tea? What we talk about besides tea and pee and Derek's asleep?
I mean, I think we could probably take it home here, boys. I mean, we didn't really have anything to talk about. Just come in here trying to hang out.
We made it 2 hours though. That's good.
I got friend of the show, Pat Martin, to come hang out, which was fucking dope.
We did, and let's get everybody. Let's go to ye old
Dynamite.
Especially if tickets are that cheap. Fuck. This may be one of our last chances before this all goes under. This may be WCW 1999.
Oh, you just hit Derek in the feels.
It might. It's not there yet. I mean, Daddy's got a lot more money to waste before that happens.
But does the network? Is the network going to continue to let them?
Hey, last I saw, the networks are happy with their
and the networks are probably about to give them more TV time. But still, I do think at least Rampage is probably coming up on the chopping block here. I think we're gonna see Rampage go the way of the dodo here in a few in maybe the next year.
I wouldn't say that. I would think for sure that they'd give them kind of a listen. It needs to improve, or it's gone.
You need to stop
booking before it just
stop booking this like it's the C show. You've only got 2 shows.
You've got a ton of talent too. Like use it, please.
They just re-signed what's his face, Stu Grayson.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because
I saw the All Elite meme hit the internet today. And underneath of it, it said again.
Again, yeah, and it was like it's like remember when Stu left, or he like let it they like let his contract lapse, and it was like they seriously like they're keeping the Dark Order on TV, but the literal guy who was the number 2 guy in this Dark Order, player uno, Stu Grayson thing, like they're gonna let Stu Grayson go of all people. Like they signed the Super Smash Brothers so that they could like sign all the top indie talent, and they're letting the half the top indie tag team go. That's ridiculous. But he's back now, and they put on a good match. And nobody bled. That was shocking. Dark Order versus Blackpool Punk Combat Club. I was sure like, oh, okay, somebody's blading and they're gonna catch it. No blood.
No blood.
I was stunned. It was a good match too. I was like, what the fuck's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
What's happening? We got rid of the blood. There was no blood, so it was all just work rate. And I mean, obviously Claudio Castagnoli was there, so it's clearly a work rate. Like Claudio could have a good match with any random chooch in the crowd. So
yeah, give him one of them blow up dolls like Kenny Olivier.
Yeah, don't degrade him like that. But you could even give him a random chooch from the crowd, and he'll make
crowd chooch.
Yeah, he'll make him sell. and that guy will go home not hurt, and everybody will be shocked. Be like, how did Claudio have such a good match? And that guy feels great. He's never wrestled a day in his life. Somehow those bumps didn't hurt him. Claudio must be a magic human, and I think that's true.
I heard that, crowd, Chooch. All right, guys. Well, you know what? Let's just get the fuck out of here. Hey, guys, I had fun with this. I hope we get to do something like this again.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm generally around on Fridays for a little while at some point.
So, I mean, I don't know that it'll be a
shit anymore.
I don't know that it'll be a weekly segment, but maybe we could hit it every month or every other week.
Say
I don't know.
At least monthly. At least. Maybe
Yeah.
let's say at least, and then if we do it more, it's just bonus. It's icing on the cake.
Yeah, Derek, you think you can make that happen, bud?
What?
Doing this at least once a month.
Yeah, probably. I don't see why not.
Hell yeah. All right,
Derek's
cool.
around? What's Derek doing?
We'll figure it out.
Here.
I think it'll be a good time.
Derek.
Listen, I really enjoyed everything. Big shout out to friend of the show, Pat Martin.
Yes, sir.
Maybe Pat can come every time. That'd be nice. Let's have Pat on Friday.
I might try to make that a thing, but like, so full disclosure, Tom, there's been a couple episodes where like Derek's not been here, and I've texted Pat and I've been like, hey man, like we ain't got shit to talk about. Why don't you just hop on here and fucking hang out, ask us questions? That'll help, and he's not been able to do it, so I'm glad that he was able to join us this evening. It was a good time.
Friday seems like a better day for him. All right, boys.
All right, y'all. Well, I mean, I guess I need to find a new sign out for this for this new Friday spot, right? But until I figure out what life looks like,
is it word to your mother?
If you're still here, we appreciate you hanging out. It's been a great night. If you're still here, hit that thumbs up button. Maybe even consider subscribing. We would greatly appreciate that.
That'd be good.
You can check us out over on Twitter and Instagram at @1_fall WC. That's ONE. And if you're enjoying us at any time, anywhere, we appreciate you. So with all that being said, thanks for hanging out. It's all love. Hey, 20-second fucking timeout. I'm getting ready to sign off, and then this shit happens. Boom. What's up, B-hyphen?
What's up, buddy?
Look at this guy. We're on the sign out, and my man just drops in. We appreciate you, bud.
We sure do. 100%.
What a good fucking time that was. Hey, B-hyphen, listen, bud. If you haven't heard me tell the story about the extra shit, you need to go find that. They just finished theirs too. We're just having a fucking hangout, bud. Friend of the show, Pat Martin, was here.
We were bored and decided to hang out on the internet, and we were like, why not do it live?
Yeah.
No good reason not to.
Good shit, bud. Glad to see you. Yo, I bet you did heard. You were fucking there, But it is what it is. So, anywho, if you haven't already, go check out One Fall Wrestlecast or Wrestlecast Power Hour. That's what it's called. What a great fucking time we had with those guys,
It's a good show. It's a fun show to listen to anyway.
Hey, you know what, Derek, here's what I need you to do. Okay.
Yep.
B-hyphen just said, do it fucking live. Hey man, next time we do this Friday hangout, you should come with us.
Yeah. There you go.
It'd be a great time.
Can have everybody on live on Friday.
We'll hook that up for sure. Let's make that a fucking thing. But anywho, with all that, thanks for hanging out. It's all love. We'll catch you next week. One Fall Wrestlecast. All I need is notice, he says. We'll make notice happen, bud. You don't